I'm Mia, and this is a full face of my favorite products of 2025. But yeah, this is a full face of 2025 makeup products. Not everything is like new to me, obviously, but like these are things that I either tried and I'm like, oh my god, these are fantastic. I need to use it every day. Things that I always use and just have never changed in my routine. Just, again, things that I've been loving and gravitating towards this year. And I am going to do a little honorable mention section since I can't use everything ever. I've been loving the Bubble Cosmic Silk Hydrating Milky Toner. This is so good. I love this considerably more than the Rhode one. And this is also considerably thicker than the Laneige one, but I love this more than the Laneige one. But like, this is like, she's a godsend. And I've also been loving the Kiehl's Better Screen UV Serum Sunscreen. It's a SPF of 50+, which is standard. It does have collagen peptide. I am very sensitive with sunscreens. Like, my face will, like, when I put it on, my face will start to feel red and hot very quickly sometimes. This has been one of the only ones that I haven't had this issue with. And this sits so well under makeup. Like, I brought this with me for New York in July, and this was under my makeup, obviously. And like, I didn't have any disruptions. I didn't have any weird pillin or patchiness. Beautiful. And then, I think we can kind of figure out which lip balm. This isn't all of them. I have one downstairs, but I'm not getting her. These are from Olehenriksen. These are the Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatments. Again, these are fantastic, beautiful. I don't know why these are an honorable mention because I didn't even put any lip balm on. So I should do this now. This is the Citrus Sunshine one just because it's pretty clear. But these are not thick like the Eadem ones. Love those ones. Those are also downstairs. But those are also an honorable mention. But like, they're the thickness that's the perfect kind of like everyday lip balm. Like, I have the Strawberry Sorbet one of these in my pocket when I'm out and about at all times. I lost my half full one in New York when I went in November. First thing I did the next day before doing anything else was go to Sephora and get a new one. I had to go to 2 Sephoras because the one Times Square, first of all, the one Times Square is evil, was out. So I'm like, well, I'm going to the financial district anyways. May as well just get there. But these are fantastic. There's fruity flavors. There's a few, like, more baked good-esque scents, like the creme brulee one and the, was it marshmallow? I don't know. It's a new white one. I didn't love the scent of it, but that's just me. But again, these are, I will die on this hill that these are my favorite lip balms right now. But the Eadem ones are really good for nighttime. These ones are better for the daytime. But we're gonna move right on to the eyes. My favorite palettes, I'm only using one of them, but my favorite palettes this year have both been from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I'm gonna go in with the Blends one just because it has the colors what I want today. But I have been loving the Rodin one. It's all mattes, but there's just something about this one that's like, has really been gravitating towards me lately. Again, I'm not using this one just because what I have in mind isn't gonna work with this, but I think this is my favorite one. So, I mean, I have 3. One of them's a shimmer palette, but like this one, there's something about this. But I am gonna go in with the tried and true classic blends today. Alrighty, on a little slightly fluffy brush, I'm gonna go in with the shade Giggle. This is probably my favorite shade in the entire palette, but I am a sucker for these kind of like periwinkle purple tones, so it's really not that much of a surprise. And I'm gonna start to put it right here. A very light wash. Like, this is gonna be a very kind of like light, kind of pastel look on the eyes. And then I'm gonna do a very little dusted on the outer corner. Like, I want a very soft, ethereal eye, because the eyeliner I'm gonna do is gonna be considerably more intense than the eyes. So I just want something like a little contrasty, you know? I am going to layer this a little, but I'm still doing it with a very, very light hand for everything. And just, yeah. But today's Sunday, it's the 21st. I was supposed to be at work today. Supposed to. Because, like, last week, I got my brother to work on the truck. I'm like, hey, if you do it this week, I'll do it next week. And then I was like, oh my god. I'm like, blah blah called out the rest of his shifts. I need to open on Sunday, blah 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 blah. And then, subsequently, I was like, oh my god. Like, right before they left, I was like, oh my god. Or not right before they left on Friday. I was like, oh my god. Blah blah is just dumb. And when the guy said he was calling off the rest of his shift, he meant the day, and she thought he meant the rest of his shifts. So I was like, oh my god, I don't need to go. And never said anything to my brother. He didn't say anything this morning. He still went. I'm not gonna complain. But again, I just don't want to work on the track. First and foremost. Like, God forbid, I actually have a day off to myself. So. But I am planning on getting 2 looks done today. Because it's like 12, yeah, it's 12:26 right now in the afternoon. So, done with this no later than 2. Take makeup off, have a little snack, watch a little TV, maybe a movie. Maybe I'll watch Honey Don't. I heard it's really bad, but that's why I waited till streaming. And then do another look at 4. Be done by 6, make myself dinner. We all win. Well, I win, but still. And then on a little brush, I'm going to take some of Bubble Bath and some of Inside Joke with the tiniest bit of, well, actually not tiniest bit of cookies and cream. A lot of cookies and cream. And I'm going to start to pack and press that in the inner corner because I did find a Pinterest photo. I was going to say online. On Pinterest, duh. And I really, really liked how it looked. I'm like, oh, I can do this with my Blend Bunny palette, my favorite shimmer, like single shimmers of the year, and my eyeliners that I have. Like, everything's coming up Mia. Like, but, so I want that, like, little kind of mint color in the corner because I do have a very similar eyeliner I'm about to do. Because I had that, not realization when I was, going through, like, all my products. I was like, oh, like, I have a few different shades of the same product for multiple products. So I was like, oh, my eyeliners are black. I'm like, I do have some, like, teal turquoise ones. So, it will work very well for this. I do, in fact, think about these things sometimes, once in a while. And I'm going to do the tiniest bit here. Like, the tiniest bit, like, you're barely even going to be able to see it. But just to tie it in a little more. But also, I love purple and mint together. Purple and mint, and then, like, millennial pink and sage green. Those are, like, my color combos. There's just something about it that I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, hey girl, hey. And then, not that this is necessarily a favorite product, but I am going to go in with my NYX glitter primer. But again, I use this whenever I have a shimmer to use. So, I was having that conversation with my friend. Because we had a limited time flavor at the bakery where I work. And we had to cover it in glitter. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I love glitter. I love it on my eyes. I wear shimmery eyeshadow all the time. I love it when it's consensual glitter. Not when I have to spray cookies and then I am covered in glitter. They're like, yeah, no, that's awful. But my favorite shimmers are from Terra Cosmetics. This is a ColourPop palette. Ignore this. It's just the perfect depth for it. Specifically, the shade Twinkle Dust. I forgot about the name for a second. Because again, it looks kind of pinky, kind of gold in the pan. But it has mostly green and purple reflex. So figure, do a light dusting of this. And just do a little something, you know? Doesn't need to be a lot, just so that there's something on my eyes. This is not the kind of green tone that I want, but if I just layer it over the inner corner a little, then it will also tie in a little more. But bam. Who would have thought? Wild. I know. You know what's funny? This feels very Eastery right now. Which is really funny because it's 4 days before Christmas. Christmas is like the bane of my existence right now this year. But it's fine, everything's fine. I have been loving the NYX Professional Makeup Epic Wear Eyeliner Stick. I have like 5 shades of these now. But for the look, I'm gonna go in with the shade Intense Teal. Back to my... That's why. Oh! Ow. Not me not knowing how to draw. But I'm gonna get a slightly more rounded and defined inner corner. And I'm gonna drag that up into the waterline. Because cohesiveness. Ooh. And repeat on the other eye, and I forgot to wipe out my waterline. But my aunt sent me a gift card for Christmas, so I had to like text and be like, oh my god, thank you, blah blah. And she's like, oh my god, do you have any New York trips coming up? I'm like, I do, and I want to talk about it, but I'm like, I don't want to talk with you. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I have my March one that, you know, I've had booked since my last big trip. And she's like, oh, you know, she's like, your father said that you mostly ate. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, so true. She's like, when we went in for Thanksgiving, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. I'm like, I missed them by a week. Thank God, but like, she's like, we went on like a food tour, I'll send you the link. And I thought she meant like they just like took their own food tour. No, they did one of the like real ones. And like, you know, I spent $90 to spend 3 hours of my life and get half portions of things. Because like, she's from Boston. Obviously, she's my father's sister. She married my uncle who's from New York. They moved, God, it was after my brother was born, so probably between 2010 and 2012. They moved to Buffalo, New York. So even though they live in New York, they're still kind of tourists when they go to New York City. So I'm like, oh. I was like, oh. And then she said something about Vietnamese tacos, and I'm like, Vietnamese tacos? And I said something about it to my mother. She's like, I don't like tacos. But, I'm like, yeah. And then my favorite, like, felt tip liquid, like, traditional eyeliner is gonna be L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Infallible Grip Precision Felt Liquid Eyeliner. This is the shade green. I also have black. I've been trying to find the brown one for so long, except it's sold out literally everywhere. And I don't know what's going on with it. Like, Amazon has this blue and gray in stock, but I don't want gray. Blue, maybe. Gray, no. But we're gonna do a little... It's a little more darker and a little more teal than the NYX one, but I can make it work. AKA, I'll drag a little over the wing if and ever I get this done. But it's funny because I never used to like a felt tipped eyeliner. I would always be a like inkwell one, but like this one's like really nice. And like, I love the Niacinamide one, but it just leaks so bad. Like, it's the blackest, mattest. Yeah, see, I'm just gonna add a little. But like, the Niacinamide one is the blackest, mattest one ever. But again, just the physical compartment of it is god awful. No. See? Lighten it up a little. See? 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 But this is gonna be hard. I hate it here. I did get, oh shit. I got my Christmas, like, whatchamacallem, gifts dealt with last night, you know, 5 days before Christmas, but still, hey, it's done and that's what matters. They're lucky they're getting anything. My father's gonna be pissed at one of his gifts, not pissed, but like the, how dare you spend this kind of money on me pissed. I might have mentioned it before, I have no clue. But he said he's in the midst of getting rid of some of them, but I'm like, oh. I'm like, I'm adding to this mess. He has a bunch of Funko Pops. And it's like like the past 2 years, he's like, I don't really need any more. He's like, besides these two, my white whales, and they're both, what's his name? Kurt Russell characters. One's from Big Trouble in Little China, and the other is from Escape from New York. So Snake Plissken and Jack Burton. Well, Jack Burton is Big Trouble in Little China. Snake Plissken is Escape from New York. I'm just doing a little micellar water, see if I can fix this one a little. But the Jack Burton one, not that it was like limited edition, but it ran so long ago that it's like not really in production anymore. And the Snake Plissken one was a New York Comic Con exclusive. So anyone that's reselling it is reselling it for like over $300. And like I made the joke last year, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get you Snake Plissken. He's like, you do that and I'm gonna hit you. But I found, not cheap by like Funko Pop standards, but by his other option standards. I got a Jack Burton one. Not that it was only $100, but again, when the other one is being put up for like $300's a lot cheaper in comparison. So that's like his big gift this year. So I got him one less gift than everyone else just because of the price difference between the two, because I'm like, this is not between the two, but again, everyone else's gifts versus that one. I'm just going back in with some giggle to kind of fix this. There we go. There we go. But this is going to be it for the eyes. I'm also going to need to fix my bangs. I'm just going to go in with my Amazon lashes that I always use, that I found earlier this year. Again, these are like my favorite, and they're not overly heavy, so they're not going to like distract too much from the rest of the eye. But like I said, I need to go put on some lashes, and I will be back in a second. Alright, I'm back with some lashes on. I did dilly-dally a little, but my package got delivered, so I wanted to go downstairs and get it and make sure it fit. I got a pair of like heeled, thick-soled loafers from Torrid because my feet are too wide, so I need to buy certain shoes from Torrid. But they fit. It's so funny because like my shoes are 6.5. Like every pair of shoes I have, except Torrid, I always have to go half a size down with them. So like I'm a 6 in their shoes, and it's just odd. They fit fantastic. They fit perfectly. I want to start trying to dress like a little more. But yeah, let's move on to the base. Now, usually I wouldn't even go in with this many products, but my skin has been so dry lately that I need to give it what I can. So first, I don't think you can say you're surprised. Let's be honest with each other here. But this is from Glow Recipe. These are the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I was editing, not the video before this, but 2 videos ago I was editing, and I realized that I didn't even say the brand. Sometimes I just get in such a zone that I forget. I'm like, I know what this is. And again, it gets typed out underneath anyway, so if I must say something, it will be there properly. But again, this will always be in my favorites because I use this pretty much every day. But no, I got out of the shower the other day and like my entire face was peeling. It was a little weird. So I used my bubble toner, this, and then my Paula's Choice moisturizer. I'm like, I'm just gonna like slather myself in moisturizers and hydrating products and hope for the best. I woke up and I was fine. But like something about the shower in cold weather just really does not agree with my skin. Which is so funny because during the day I am so oily these days. But the moment I get into a shower, I'm like, no. But make sure this dries down a little more than it usually does because again, I'm going in with a little more product than I usually would. So I don't want it to be too overly dewy. What was I gonna say? But no, like I said, got all my Christmas gifts situated. I also cleaned in the morning. Like, I have a, not dresser, it's like a compartment. It's tall, rectangular. There's 2 columns of 3 like squares, so you know there's places to put. I have my half completely, utterly just stuffed to the brim. The top was full of stuff, so I'm like, I'm gonna clean all of that, and most of it was trash anyways. I did find my John Mulaney ticket from 2021 though, because I got a physical ticket when I bought it, even though I didn't buy it off the actual website. But I found that, which is good because I thought I lost it. Because the only 2 physical tickets I have are John Mulaney from scratch when he did the week at the Wilbur in August of 2021, and then my Michelle Obama TD Garden tour when she did her book. I was like in high school. Actually, when was it? I have it right here. It's in my... Yeah, Saturday, November 24th, 2018. Again, those are the only 2 tickets I have, so I want to like keep them. But also, to no one's surprise, I'm gonna go in with the Paula's Choice Pro Collagen Peptide Plumping Moisturizer. Again, this was gifted to me. I think this one was gifted either the beginning of this year or end of last year. I also have another one that I have, that I haven't even touched yet. Also, these 2 will not stay in their compartment no matter what, but I don't want to break it down just yet. Mostly until this moisturizer is done, which honestly might be sooner rather than later. This is feeling pretty light these days, but gonna do a little bit of that because again, my skin is just so dry, and doing it a little extra boost will help. I don't want my makeup to look weird. I know it's funny because this is gonna be the video will be the last video of the year uploaded. This is not gonna be my last look of the year because again, it's only the 21st, and this is a little insane. I plan on getting 5 videos done in the next 2 days. Well, between Sunday and Tuesday, because today's Sunday. I plan on getting 1 more video done tonight, 1 video tomorrow, because we usually do our shenanigans, so I'm not going to be able to do like an early one. I'll just do a regular midday one, and then Tuesday by myself, so I can do a, I have no hand strength when my hands are damp, so Tuesday I can do a, Jesus Christ. I can do, Jesus Christ, I can do 2 looks. And obviously I'm not going to do anything on Christmas, because even though we're not doing real Christmas, like, we don't even have a tree this year. Which is fine. Honestly, I hate decorating a tree, because I always get forced to do it, even though I never want to do it. And then they're always like, oh my god, why are you so upset about this? Like, not upset about this, but I'm like, I don't want to do this. So, yeah. But for real primer, I'm going to go in with the Kofi Double Life Serum Primer. Again, no surprise either. This stuff has been like a godsend. I had something to say. I don't know what it was. But no, we're doing like a little mini shenanigan tomorrow. Last, get out of our systems, get any last things we need for Christmas dinner. Because my father will be getting surgery. Third week of January, so get it like out of our system. And also only a mini one tomorrow, because who knows how many people are going to be in stores last minute being like, oh my god, Christmas. Again, we're going to be getting a few things for Christmas dinner, but it's fresh vegetables. We have a ham frozen. We got potatoes. Potatoes will be fine. My mother got eggs last week so we could boil them, because slightly older eggs are easier to peel than fresh eggs. So things like that. I'm not 100% sure if I have a favorite foundation of the year, but I've definitely been leaning more towards the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Luminous Foundation and then the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, which is funny because I've had this for like 2 or 3 years now, even though the expiration date is 12 months. But like, I've always been kind of about it until this year. I'm like, oh my god, this is like fantastic. But like, I really love this one too. I don't know. I think we're gonna go with the House Labs one. Again, this is the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation in the shade 70 Fair Neutral. I want to try to get a different shade match to this, but I just don't know. I don't know. Because again, this is a little peachy for me. But their shades, not that the color matching system is like with an actual color wheel. So anything labeled warm is actually like cool toned, anything cool is actually warm toned. But just some of the tones of them are just a little off, like the tones and depths. So I'm like, like the app keeps matching me to 50 Fair Cool, which is yellow as hell. That was my original shade when I thought I was like still like super warm toned. And I'm like, that yellow. I'm like, I remember that. It was yellow, yellow, yellow. So I'm like, And I don't know if I really want to have somebody even bother. Jesus Christ, my stupid bangs. Even bother shade matching me ever again, because again, the one time I got shade matched and she shade matched me to the shade that I was, not that I was looking to buy it, but that was the shade that I matched myself to, so I'm like, great, I'm as good as your machine. And then for concealer, again, it's between two. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Serum Concealer, and and then this is the Win Beauty by Serena Williams Nothing to See Soft Matte Creamy Concealer. Like, I love both of these so much. I think I'm gonna go in with the Win Beauty one though. This is the Win Beauty Nothing to See Soft Matte Creamy Concealer in Extend 45. There's just something about it that's just so nice. And like, I feel like it's an actual true neutral. Like, again, I love the Natasha Denona one. It can get a little heavy sometimes, but you can make that argument with any mattifying concealer. But the Natasha Denona one is a little yellow, a little. And again, I know I said that, but that is a very big issue with neutral sometimes. They can be very yellow or very orange, and I'm like, what happened to neutral toned things? Like, again, the House Labs one, neutral. This is kind of peach. Let's be honest with each other here. But it just blends so easily. And again, I think that, I know they're leaving Ulta. I don't know if they're closing, but and I know this is on me for waiting until things were discounted to even bother trying them, but sometimes there are brands that you're like, oh, nothing really interests me, and then they're on sale and you're like, oh well, like for these sale prices. Also, if anybody says that I look like Ariel because of this eyeshadow combination in my hair, I'm fighting. That's all I have to say. But for bronzer and contour, I'm going to go in with two. This is from Persona Cosmetics. This is the Bronze Multi-Stick in the shade Mojave. This is always going to be my favorite bronzer. Like, it's like a bronzer. It can't be like, oh, it's a little bit of both. No, this is, even though it's on the more neutral side, it's still just a bronzer. But she's creamy. She's blendable. I love this tone. Throwing things around. And then for a little more definition, this is from Morphe Cosmetics. This is the Shapelifter Micro Contour Stick in Enhanced. This is also really good. Again, a little more cool toned, still on the more neutral side, but it's definitely a little more contoury than some actual contour sticks that come out, or products. So just gonna do, oh, it's really funny. So usually every year, for both my birthday and Christmas, and I know I can't complain because I'm not entitled to a gift from her, especially considering I never see her, my aunt will always send my brother and I a $25 Amazon gift card. When I graduated, I think last year, she sent us Christmas pajamas in sizes that were too small for both of us. Like, she got me a yellow shirt that's like, oh, you're my sunshine, like 2 years ago. I'm like, lady, I am 20-some odd years old. This year, she actually sent me a $50 gift card, and it was one of the ones that you can choose from multiple stores. Two of them. It was Wayfair, Nordstrom, Macy's. I have a $50 Macy's gift card that I still haven't used. Cheesecake Factory and Ulta. I'm like, well, at least 2 of them are good. I chose the Ulta one. I'm like, I found it really funny because my Ulta order just got delivered. Like, 3 or 4 days before the gift card. I'm like, Like, well, now I have $50 to do whatever I want with. But, like I said, I still have a $50 Macy's gift card. Thankfully, I haven't seen the mailman and he hasn't asked me, like, oh my god, what did you get? And be like, girl, I'm like, what do you want me to do? But, for blush, I'm going to start off with the Kylie Cosmetics Hybrid Blush in the shade Petal. I think we could have seen this coming. It's just, it's like the perfect shade for me. Like, again, for me specifically, this is like the shade that I dream of sometimes. So. And of course my other piece of my package just got delivered. Also, I ordered 2 shirts from PacSun. Those are somehow getting returned because they are so insanely shopped. It was also, it's like, down, like you can't, it's like so insanely like low cut and you can't even button it. But I'm like, okay, I'm like, this is, like, nobody wants to see this much of me, ever. Like, I need to return it somehow. But, so, if that's how one shirt looks, I can only imagine how the second shirt looks. But it was insanely on sale, and it was on TikTok Shop. Like, I have to get paid $24 for 2 shirts. No tax, no shipping. So, I need to figure out returning that. They're like, oh, you can drop it off at, they're like, oh, you can go, we'll give you a QR code and you can scan it and drop it off. I'm like, or give me a shipping label like a normal brand, and I don't need to interact with the evil people at the post office. Because the people at my local post office, I've only seen the same 3 old people there, ever, like behind the counters. They're the meanest, worst people I've ever experienced in my life. And kind of makes me not want to go to the post office. And like the ones in Boston by work aren't much better, and that line is always stupid in the morning. And again, why don't you just give me a whatchamacallit, a shipping label like a normal person? I don't want a QR code. That's fine. When I have to do Amazon returns at Staples, whatever, I don't care. Ooh, that's another thing. But again, I'm like, just give me a shipping label. Please, I am a normal person. Let me do normal people things. And then, this is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Buttermilk Blush in the shade Butter Together. I've been loving this as a blush topper. Like, specifically this shade for, like, pink blushes. Because it's, like, a good, like, neutral pink that doesn't go super orange. So it just, like, really makes it pack a little bit of a punch. But no, I got an email from Amazon yesterday. They're like, oh my god, we processed a refund for this order because it never got delivered. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it got marked as delivered. I have it sitting on my ottoman because I got a, like, travel backpack because I have a duffel bag and that barely fit enough clothes for like 3 days. So, since I'm going for 4 full days, not including my 2 traveling days, kind of need more space. And they kind of, if you touched any customer service buttons or anything, but they're like, oh, you know, here's, you know, 38 blah blah back, and I'm like, girl, I'm like, are you okay? Like, I'm not gonna complain about free money. What am I gonna do? Tell Amazon that they made a mistake and have a giant corporation take their money back? No. So now I have $38 to spend on Amazon, but they did take away my young adult cashback, so that's a little rude. But I still have $38 plus $15 of young adult cashback, so I think it evens out a little. But surprise. I haven't tried any new highlighters this year because highlighters are so not few and far between, but they're few and far between that can actually work on my skin tone usually. So I don't try. But this is from Colourpop. These are the Super Shock Cheek Pearlized. I'm using Seismic because I have a little bit of a pinky blush. But honestly, Colourpop highlighters have always been in my like favorite products of the year. So they're perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, they've been a staple since 2017. So that can't be right. 2018? 2018. I think. Yeah. So either way. But again, if I know I like something and it works for me, I'm gonna keep using it. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of this and I'm gonna throw it up on my brow bone. Get as much glitter in there as I can. I mean, obviously I do love my Fenty Beauty Demi Glow one. I think that was one of my favorites last year. And again, love it, even if it wasn't being discontinued. They're much more versatile shades of the Colourpop ones than there are the Fenty ones. The Fenty ones are like skin tone highlighters, which is fine. They're beautiful. They're fantastic. This is like, what, like a light champagne with pink glitter. I have a purple duochrome one from them. I have like a straight gold one. There are more shade options for fun colors, at least. Like, they have your standard like regular highlighter colors, but they have a little more. They have more that have a little bit of zhuzh to them, you know? Alright, for lips, it's gonna be very easy. This is from MAC. This is the lip liner in Cool Spice. I don't know what it is about this, but I've been so obsessed with it since I got it. And it's just, again, it's not overly cool toned on me, but it's just one of those good, like, properly neutral tones on me. So it just kind of works with a lot of things. So I'm just gonna do a bit of lip liner. But I'm thinking of making scallion miso mac and cheese today. Or I'm gonna try to do like a scallion miso rice situation. I found a scallion miso mac and cheese recipe a few weeks ago. I think it might have been the New York Times. But I also have so much rice that, but also, even if I only do a half cup of rice, that's still gonna probably be way too much rice just for me. And if I do rice, I won't have a protein. And like, not that I need one, but like with mac and cheese, it makes sense not to have a protein sometimes. Just rice with like scallion and miso paste is not exactly ideal. I'm gonna be honest, I have loved the Buxom Plump Shot Collagen Infused Lip Serum. This is the shade filler. Like, it's that kind of balmy feeling and look. And it's just, I mean, I hate the fact that it smells like peppermint. But even though it's supposed to be like a plumper, it doesn't really feel like it. But like, it's just one of those products that just, it goes. I mean, obviously it's clear, but like, also because it's plumping, it brings a little bit of pink into my lips, so it goes well with the pink blush. I mean, I also love my Fenty gloss stick, but just I feel like it wouldn't go with this. Alright, I need to go fix my bangs. That's gonna be fantastic because of how much I've been messing with them. But I need to go fix my bangs and I will be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. Also, honorable mention perfume wise, the 7 Virtues Clementine Dream, and then 5 Sens in Too Deep. Two totally separate ends of the spectrum scent wise. One is a very soft, realistic clementine that dries down to like a citrusy vanilla. The other is like a sandalwood vanilla with a little bit of bergamot. So kind of the same, but not really. Ooh, and I'm gonna offend all of my ancestors. Giardini di Toscana Bianco Latte. Fantastic. But this is the finished look. Again, a full face of my 2025 makeup favorites. I like how this looks. It came out cute. It came out nice. Again, I feel like this is a very Easter kind of look between like the pastel on the eyes and then the kind of pinky blush and lips. But it works. What can I say? But yeah, and like I said, this is my last video of 2025. So, I'll see you next year, I guess?